Hello everyone, Arak here, and as you can see by the title, today I want to talk about better late than never, which basically means that even though Gears 3 is just about to be completely finished in terms of Gears Judgment's almost out and Gears 3's community is pretty much dead, I've only just recently started to get into the competitive side of Gears 3. Now the reason for that is because, well, I only started playing Gears multiplayer at the start of Gears 3, so I was pretty terrible for quite a long time, and I've gradually been building up, and I now feel like I'm actually good enough to a stage where I can compete, and I want to get into that sort of thing. Now I do have a competitive background in PC gaming with Unreal Tournament, but I've never played any console games competitively, so I do have that sort of competitive instinct in me, but it's a new thing to me on the whole game battles and things like that. I get the concept of him, but yeah, just a bit of an experience. So sometimes the competitive community can seem very hostile. It can seem difficult to enter because, you know, if you're not one of the known players already, you're basically just laughed out of some of the communities that are out there. But what I want to talk to you about is a team that I've found called Sons of Locust, and I've joined that team. And I just want to tell you about my experience with them because I'd highly recommend you go and check them out. And I actually did a dual commentary with the leader of the team on the Sons of Locust YouTube, which there's a link down to that on the video right now if you've got annotations on, and down in the description below. And I'd like you to go and check that out because I talked to him. He's a really nice guy. He's called Lee, and he explains about how the team works. There are three teams within. There are sort of three squads within the team, so we can scrim each other and things like that. But yeah, and he talks about that, and he talks about his upcoming RLG Respect League Gaming, which is his own league that he's setting up. Now the great thing about this league is that it's going to have match day moderators, so that basically means that there will be a sort of independent referee spectating each match, which means there will be no disputes whatsoever, which is one of the massive failings of game battles. So the result, if you win, you win; if you lose, you lose. And you know, it's only in the test phase at the moment, but he's got high hopes for this site, and I think that, you know, it could go really well. So the link down is to that in the description below as well, so if you want to go check that out. But my experience so far with competitive is, of course, I'm just learning the strategies, everything like that. But basically I just wanted to get into a nice solid team so that I could have some chemistry for the start of Gears Judgment, because when Gears Judgment comes out, I'm hoping there's going to be a revival in the Gears of War competitive scene, and I'm sure there will be. So I thought it would be no good trying to find a team then when people are, you know, there'll be a lot of competition for getting into teams and things like that. It's much better to find a team now, in my opinion. And then, you know, I'll be all set from day one of Gears Judgment. I'll be able to be playing private scrims, you know, things like that. Now I've been doing a little bit of game battles, but what we mostly do is, you know, we scrim other teams in the competitive cycle that are used at LAN events and things like that. So we do King of the Hill and TDM. So sorry, King of the Hill and Execution. Now, of course, Execution's not going to be in the game at launch for Judgment, so I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. Probably a lot of domination, but I guess everything's going to be a lot more fluid and dynamic with people. You know, it's not going to be a set thing because the rule set evolves from what the competitive community as a whole feels. You know, some certain people have a lot of influence over it. Other people don't have so much influence, but it'll take a long time for a standardised rule set or, you know, commonly accepted map rotation to come into effect. So at the start it's going to be a little bit crazy. We might end up playing Overrun, TDM, things like that competitively, and see how they play out. But that's why I wanted to be involved from the very start, because basically I feel like I'm a relatively, you know, I'm an okay player in terms of my skill. But when it comes to these scrims that I've been playing on Gears 3, I'm about, you know, a year behind everyone else on the strategy. So like, there've been people been scrimming checkout nearly every day for like nearly a whole year, whereas when I play, I've only played it like, you know, 4 or 5 times. So it's just you know, a lack of experience when it comes down to certain maps, and I'm really pleased to be able to be starting from the same even playing field as somebody else. But I want to mention that I will be still uploading commentaries for Bless. I'm still in Bless. I'll be putting things up on the team channel still. This is just purely a competitive thing, you know. It's something that I want to do for myself, play competitively with the team. And you know, I see Bless is a YouTube thing. I collaborate with them on YouTube. And this Sons of Locust is where I compete competitively, and then I just play publics by myself. So pretty much just adding in a competitive side to what I already did. And you can expect to see a lot of scrims on my channel. this one right now is a 4v4. King of the Hill and Trenches versus another relatively new team. You know, they're pretty inexperienced. You might be able to see that. They're not the best, but they are improving very quickly. So, but I've got some good scrims against different teams, and I'll be putting up a lot of scrims alongside my commentaries, putting up highlights from game battles matches and things like that. And of course, around Judgment Time, you'll be seeing a lot of gameplay on my channel, from scrims, free-for-all, overrun, everything like that. I'm going to be putting out a lot of content, so you've got that to look forward to if you subscribe to me, and if you're not, then I advise you to do so, because I've got a lot of good plans for the future. And what I also want you to do is go and check out the commentary I did with Lee, and if you feel like you're the sort of person who'd benefit from trying out competitive, then send your application to Lee on the Sons of Locust website. The link's down below. They place your attitude and your teamwork over your individual skill. So if that's the sort of environment you'd like to be in, an incredibly friendly and welcoming one, then give it a try. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.
We are witnessing the death throes of humankind.